Well, hello, and thank you for joining us here today for Top Admit's webinar. My name is Jason Skinner, General Manager of Top Admit, the leading online service for admissions essay editing and consulting. Today we've got a very special topic and a very special guest. We're talking about how to get the most out of a university fair as a student and attendee or prospective graduate student. And our special guest this week is Ms. Nancy Tsai, who is Director of EnvisionPrep, a company which specializes in preparing students for their study abroad journeys. So without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and we've got a lot of great information, and I'd like to go ahead and jump right into that interview. Well, thank you for joining us here today. My name is Jason Skinner, General Manager of Top Admit, the leading online service for admissions essay editing and consulting. Today we're going to be talking about how a student can get the most out of attending a university fair. And I'm joined here today by Ms. Nancy Tsai, Director of EnvisionPrep. Nancy, thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting us.
Okay. Well, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and about EnvisionPrep?
Okay, EnvisionPrep is a leading consulting company focused on education field. So we were established in 1996, and I joined the company in 1998. So we've had around 20 years of experiences helping students here and families here to plan and apply for leading universities in English-speaking country, like say United States, Canada, or UK. So our service ranges from middle school for applying for boarding programs or summer programs all the way to PhD programs. So our earliest PhD students are already professors in universities. And we also help the students to prepare required admission exams such as SAT, ACT, or APs.
I see. Well, for our topic today, and regarding from the standpoint of a student, what is the purpose of attending a university fair?
Okay, I think that's very straightforward. I think most of the students would not have the leisure hours to travel all the way to United States or UK to visit the schools and asking information from the admission officer. So most of the students would take the opportunity to visit a college fair to ask questions about specific universities or programs that they're interested in to help them better prepare for their future applications.
Gotcha. Well, is there a difference among the different types of university fairs that you might see advertised? What are some of the features of those different types?
Of course. For most of the university fairs in Taiwan, most of the schools, they will have their specific needs. For example, like some of the programs will be focusing on language or certificate program, length from a few weeks to maybe 9 or 12 months. And the second type will be undergraduate programs, and the third type will be graduate programs, recruiting students for master's or PhD applications.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Well, for a student who's interested in attending a fair, how can he or she find out information that might be helpful to him or her and that she might be interested in?
Okay, I think the first thing is that the student has to do their homework. Okay, you can definitely find related information about the fair from online, the organizer's website to know which schools are coming, what kind of programs are they representing, and then you can do a little research to check out the school website to see where the school is, what's the strength of the school, what's the uniqueness point about the school, what the features are, and then you can list out which one you like the best and what kind of questions you would like to ask.
Gotcha. Now, for the folks that they will be speaking to, the university representatives, can you fill us in on what kind of backgrounds of the people they'll be meeting, what that might be?
Okay, the school reps are usually the marketing staff of the admission office. So they travel around the world to help promote the university, the programs to prospective students. So they might be and might or might not be the alumni of the university, and the information that they presented will be in a general format. For example, they might have a list about the programs the school provides, but they might not have specific knowledge about any individual programs. So if you're interested in business, the representatives might not be able to answer you about questions of which professor is specialized in which fields. These are the homeworks that the students have to do by themselves.
So it still comes down to a question of doing your own homework.
It's very important, actually.
Gotcha. Well, now when they do, when a student is planning to attend the fair, is there any option that they could have a one-on-one or group interview with some of these reps?
I think that depends on the fair organizer, their plan. For example, the Sun organizers will plan for a half day for the school representative to meet with the student one-on-one, or sometimes the school rep will have an extended schedule. For example, the fair might be like on the 10th and 11th, and he might arrive earlier or leave a little bit late. So these information can usually be found on the fair's website, or sometimes you can contact education companies like us. We might have the information about if this kind of one-on-one appointment is available. So if the student approaches us, we will have contact with the school rep to set an arrangement for them.
Great. Well, if the opportunity is there, is it important to take advantage of?
Of course, because this is the best chance for you not need to travel such a long distance and meet with the school representatives. So if they have time to meet with you on one-on-one or in a group interview, then you will have more time to ask questions that you would like to know. So definitely you should take advantage of that.
Gotcha. Well, in addition to that, how else should a student prepare in the days before the fair? And when the time comes, would you have any advice on how they should dress, how they should look, what they should bring?
Okay. In terms of dress, you don't need to dress very formal if you're applying to if you're attending a fair for undergraduate or high school. But if you're go directly from the school uniform will be fine. As long we will not recommend you to dress like sportswear, but if you come directly from the school, that is okay.
For like a high school level?
Yes, but if you're going to a university level or graduate program, basically you should dress like business casual. So no jeans, no sneakers, no slippers, but you can wear like general shirt, a khaki, things like that. And if you're going to an MBA fair, then I'll definitely recommend you to dress formally. Like gentlemen, definitely suit and tie. Ladies, definitely skirts and blouse. Yes.
Okay. Excellent.
And also, you should prepare if you have some document that you would like to present to the school rep, maybe a resume of yours, a one-page resume. Don't take a booklet with you. Okay, just one page is enough. And your picture is not really required on the front page of your resume. And also, an English version of your transcript might be helpful.
Okay, very good. Well, I've been to a few of these fairs, and some of them are overwhelming how many booths and reps there are. Would you have any advice on how a student can not be overwhelmed and take best advantage of their time while at the fair?
Okay, so that comes back to our first answer, that the student has to do their homework well. Okay, on the organizer's webpage, you'll be able to find information about which schools are coming. So maybe you can pick up the schools that interest you the most first. And then on the day of the fair, you will be given the map of the fair so that you can organize your route carefully to see which one you want to know the most, and maybe you should visit that school first. Okay. Also, schools which is closer to the door or the more famous, they might have more people interested in their program. So in that way, if you know the schools that you're interested in and also know the map, then you can arrange your route more efficiently. Yes.
Well, when they do finally have the FaceTime with the schools that they're interested in, what kind of questions can they expect to get from the reps, and should they ask questions themselves?
Of course. I think the basic question the school rep will ask is, okay, what's your background? Are you applying for a graduate program or an undergraduate program? And also the second one will usually be, which major are you interested in? So you need to be able to answer at least these two questions.
Pretty fundamental.
Yes, so you need to, if you've done your homework beforehand, you will know the school has an engineering program or not. You're not going to ask a business school, do you have engineering programs, right? It's kind of not that smart, okay? And also when the school asks you about which kind of engineering, you should be able to answer, well, computer science engineering or electrical engineering, not just general engineering, unless you're applying to undergraduate program.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So it's important to avoid a bad impression as well as wanting to give a good impression.
Of course, and also in that way, the school representatives will be able to provide you information that you would like to know.
Excellent. Well, in addition to the university reps, is there other useful information that a student can find at these fairs?
Of course. Nowadays, many of the fair organizers, they will also invite other relative parties, such as for example, if it's an American education fair, they might invite AIT to be there, or like TOEFL, like IELTS, the test organizers to be there, or even some airlines or medical insurance companies to present themselves there. So if you have questions about these, like should I purchase the medical care here, or should I go there first, or how long does it take for me to apply for a student visa, and what kind of documents should I prepare? These kind of questions can be easily answered by these service providers. So you should take care of the look into the list of other service providers and see what kind of information you would like to get from them.
Starting a student life is a long journey, and there's going to be many. You'll have many needs along the way.
Yes, of course.
Well, in the follow-up to the fair, once everything is done, do you have any recommendations for students on what they should do afterward?
Okay, if you've done a one-on-one interview or a group interview with the school reps, I'll definitely recommend you to write a short thank you note to the interviewer so that he will remember you clearer. So after he goes back to the schools, if one day your application will go through him, then he might have a better memory of you. But if you did not have the chance to do the interview, then the thank you note could be waived. And the second thing is actually the most important one, is make sure that you organize review all the information that you collected from the fair. Because usually many times that we see students going home with a big bag of information, but if you do not reorganize them and go over them soon after you get home, then it is very possible that you'll forget what you heard, what you learned through the fair on the second or the third day. So it's very important to go through the information that you collected and see if there are still questions that you would like to know but didn't get the answers with. Yes.
Well, that's just great information, Nancy. For our topic today, did you have any concluding thoughts?
Okay, I would like to recommend all the students who are interested in visiting these college fairs that you really need to do your homework beforehand to know which schools are attending and what are their features, what kind of information you would like to know, and also about yourself. What kind of program do you want to apply to? What are your current status? For example, your GRE, TOEFL, GMAT scores, or the test schedule will be very helpful for you to ask specific questions to a school rep. So good luck, everyone.
Okay. Well, Nancy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, I told you there was a lot of great information. In fact, I think it may be a little too much information because I see from our attendees right now we don't have any questions pending. So I think we'll skip the usual Q&A session that we have at the end of our webinars. Instead, I'd like to go ahead and just jump straight into some informative slides to give you a little more information about university fairs. For our viewers in Asia, I'd like to share 2 bits of information on upcoming university fairs. First thing you should be aware of, if you're interested in attending business school, you may like to check out the MBA tour. The MBA tour was established in 1993, and it's one of the most long-standing such events, especially in Asia. And it has a unique attribute in that it emphasizes personal interaction between MBA candidates
and the recruiters, typically high-level recruiters who come to speak with them. And some of the most prominent schools will be in attendance. The MBA tour offers the opportunity not only to interact with reps in a university fair format, but also you can make appointments beforehand to speak with reps one-on-one. There's also a large number of panels and presentations conducted by school reps and by service providers. And this is a great way to learn more about business school and what it's like to be an MBA student. So the next date in Taipei will be a week from now, on Thursday, February 23rd. Additional dates in Asia will be February 21st in Seoul, Korea, as well as 2 dates in mainland China, Shanghai on the 25th and Beijing on the 27th. And if you'd like to speak with me personally, I'd welcome you to come by the Taipei event again on February 23rd. I will have both a booth there to speak with candidates personally, as well as a short presentation in one of the conference rooms. So I hope you'll come check me out, so to speak. I should also mention that Nancy will be live and in person for EnvisionPrep at an upcoming event here in Taipei, which is more domestically oriented. It's traditionally called the Want Fair. In Chinese, it's called 大学汉技职校院多元入学博览会. I hope you enjoyed my Chinese there. It's appearing in this university tour will be in Taipei and Kaohsiung over the 25th and 26th of February. Nancy will be on hand on the 25th in Taipei. This event has been a long-standing feature in the higher education scene in Taiwan, established in 1995. And exhibitors include over 70 foreign and domestic public and private universities, as well as technical schools. And you can also check out education service providers like EnvisionPrep. So I hope that you will check us out there, and that's a little bit of additional information for you.
Okay, well, thank you once again. We've had a great webinar, and if any questions come to mind in the coming days, as always, please feel free to reach out to us. And once again, Nancy and I will be at our own booths at the Want Fair and the MBA tour here in Taipei. So please feel free to come by and check us out there as well. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.